here we are, my AKA Padders. Guys, I'm so happy to be here. Happy Thanksgiving, coming to you from another known as Peter A DeLuca. If you look, guys, if we can see this, we're still aren't I'm just documenting my settings here. We're still aren't autofocus, but I've set the brightness up a couple of these notches on the brightness meter for the camera. And I don't know, I'm digging this. Sometimes I wish the blacks were more black, like over here and up here. I look at that, I can tell it's black, but I want it to be black and rich. But guys, holy crap, it's Thanksgiving. I don't know who's going to show up. I don't know what exactly to expect today. But we're still working on the Street Fighter sketchbook. And isn't it appropriate to work on T-Hawk, the Native American, the Navajo, I don't know if he's Navajo, but the Native American of the Street Fighter universe, the first Native American. I believe there's a female, there's a girl Native American. I think she might have been Street Fighter 5, maybe even Street Fighter 6. T-Hawk is just one of those players that I just always played because he's charged. Well, he's on charge. He's all his moves are motion, and I'm still a person like like if you guys want a little Thanksgiving confession, I still have trouble pulling off the fireball. So I'm most likely going to I practice with charge characters, but T-Hawk, he's one of the ones that I don't. But he takes up the screen perfectly, covers a lot of space. There's just a lot to account for when you face him. And I think he's a great character too. Like nice, he's got like a Zangief grab. He can grab you from halfway across the level. Just stuff like that, Like I just always enjoy T-Hawk. Let's get into it. I don't know if he had long hair or not. I'm trying to get a good. Looks like he had long hair. Okay, but yeah. Let's just knock this one out because outside of the title pages, we're just about we're done with what we would call Street Fighter proper. Oh no, we have Chun-Li. But the title pages is M. Bison, Ryu, and then Chun-Li. But then, as you guys can see, if you guys have been watching any of this on social, we're making really nice, quick progress on all of our characters. And we're here. And I already expanded it into Alpha. We got Cody, our first Alpha player dude, who's also I guess they permanently linked the Final Fight universe because Cody and I forget Dan, right? Those are our go-to guys for Final Fight. I don't know if Haggard, like the father, right? Like I don't know what he's doing, but Cody's in jail. And getting into some of these sketchbooks, just the research that I do from time to time, it's just funny because like you kind of think you know about things, and then like you start researching Street Fighter lore, and your head just kind of explodes. Street Fighter lore, though, it's not even trackable. It's just so contradictory and confusing. Missing characters. We all know the endings for some of these guys. It's just a lot of stuff. Yo, Metal Movie. Hey, Metal Movies and Brewskis. I love that. Brewski boy, are we getting beers today? I want to know what we're drinking. And is that I feel like I have to look up your channel, right? This has got to be a channel, right? Was it something else? Because this logo looks a little familiar. Let's see. Let's look it up. Because we get we get some traction with replays. We get some decent traction with replays. And there you go. Metal, movies, and brewskis, right? Right here. And let's go. I mean, am I subbed? Let's subscribe. Let's see. You were previously live, but let's go into the channel. Oh, yeah, this frog book. I was curious about this frog book. Oh, look at this. Dagoon. Oh, we did a Batman Absolute. Batman Absolute, 82 views. But look, I love it. Savage Sword of Conan, 5 views. And excuse me for if my camera's not focusing, because it should be. This should be focused. There we go. Violate. Yeah, I mean, like, again, to see, it really goes to show you, like, just as a example. Oh, I love it. Absolute Batman. It's got 69 views. That's amazing. Wow, like the Conan stuff seems to be doing a lot better. But look, Violator 1. So some of it's like just for example, you do Violator 1, you hit almost like 400, right? But then you jump to Violator 2 and it's 136. And like it's almost like, why do Violator 3 at that point? And these are some of the things I battle with. But here's the cool thing. Like you have, we got a message coming. Maybe Thanksgiving messages coming, and maybe that's a good thing. That's not in focus. But I'll say this though, like we do like kind of, we'll say like big two or mainstream, and then we throw in something like Cobalt here or Nas Furno or Jack Irons, right? And the amount of views that they get compared to like the mainstream books, this is what's discouraging. It's very discouraging when it comes to, like here, Cobalt. And that's, I see this guy around. Like, this is a nice looking book. There we go. Sorry, AKAPAD. I have way too many messages coming in. So you're almost incentivized to stay away from independent books. Like, that's kind of the big, but we're subscribed. I want to see more from you. But no, that's the problem. Because people say, oh, like we need more attention for the indie books. We need kind of like what you would call like more influencers, more indie influencers in the space. And that's just that's non-existent. And the reason why that's non-existent is people really don't care. Like people want to, I think, virtue signal. And I'm not talking about the content creators. I'm talking about the people that say, well, we need more independent influencers to influence independent comics. And it's like, great, I'll do that. And you get no traction. So why continue? And these people that kind of want to act like these things are easy ideas and, the only thing you have to do is just do it and the audience will find you because there's an audience for independent comics. It's like, no, there's not. And that's the harsh reality. Because you put time into it. You put time and money. And in a way, the community betrays you. Unless you do things on the level of obsessiveness, like me, where it doesn't matter because you're obsessed. Here we go. I try and keep these a little bit loose too, just because I love when things kind of look unfinished. I got so many things on the drawing table, it's hard for me to move things around. Give me 1 second. We're going to mute real quick. But cheers. Cheers to you guys. Happy Thanksgiving. This is so much fun. Yeah, it's. I'm telling you, it's a little bit of like a got you, and some of it has to be pushback because there's so many individuals out there that will pretend they will support you. Like you'll get views, you'll do, like you'll be, and they pretend that they care about. Give me 1 second here. We're just doing some details. And the truth is they just don't. Like the overall it's very frustrating. Because you would think by now there would be like a couple influencers, that could kind of help drive indie comics. And there's not. And you kind of have to, like that's a serious question. But dude, I will, like, no joke, I will check out your channel for sure. Because I'm curious. I'm even curious on the like the formats and just kind of some of the details to how people handle comic book reviews, because I guess I don't know. I kind of want to say reviewing a monthly, like, published regular comic is kind of useless. Because comics aren't. It's like you're like reviewing one issue on the merit of the next issue. So like what happens if that first issue like just flops? It's just not there. Like by every respect, you should just move on. But if you're like a reviewer, you can't do that. And I just think it kind of interrupts a little bit of the comic book reading experience. Some of that too may not be coming out the right way, but that's my initial thought, and I'm sticking to it. But what are we like? What are we reading? Like, what's good? Like, what's really, if there's anything. And that's the other thing too. Like, I don't think there's enough out there right now to even review enough new books. Like every once in a while, And even for me, My local LCS closed. So, yeah, like I'm out of the new books, and I'm fine with it because I don't think there was much to miss. Yeah, the stories hit a wall. That's a good way of putting it. Yeah. Yeah, isn't that funny? But you can kind of see that in your view count, right? Like we saw this in real time. Like we go to the channel, to consistent, steady views, like above a certain threshold, are Conan. And in no way, Conan, like this character, right? Robert E. Howard. This character should always be good and in comics, right? Because ever since the John Buscema, Barry Windsor Smith Marvel days, right? Conan should be a staple, and Conan, like, he went away for a while. Marvel didn't have the license. Who was it? Kurt Busiek and Carrie Nord came in with Dark Horse, and the book never went away at that point. But it should always be good and steady. Saying that this is maybe the best book in the industry proves how broken the industry is. And it doesn't take away from any. Yeah, an Absolute Batman. But see, I feel like Absolute Batman is a little bit of like low hanging fruit because like I think people are just so like kind of pre-excited, into that book. People have already, I think, just based when all the drama with the design work and what the bat symbol was. I just feel like there's a lot of, like people are coming in differently with Absolute, like for sure. But again, too, you can be like, oh, Absolute's great for like you could be, it could be up to issue 5 or 6, and you're like, it's great. But then like it's kind of not written as single issues, and I could be wrong. Like maybe it is. I'm just not aware. But it's more or less like the idea that it's designed to be a trade paperback. Like the days of like a single issue one off, like a series being driven with that idea of just being like a good monthly book that you may like just kind of follow like on and off, and you don't have to be a steady reader, but you can follow a book. I think that like those days are what, like that's kind of what really has to return. Kind of just being able to go, like you go to the comic rack or you go to a comic shop, you might pick up Marvel's Godzilla for 2 months, and you might skip 3 months and you pick it back up, or you do that with Star Wars or X-Men. Like I think the regular readability of these books is like part of the problem, but it doesn't mean there's not enjoyable things, because there are. Like, I don't want to make it sound like there's not enjoyable things. give me 1 second here, because I'm doing like light touch details here that I just have to kind of, even sometimes you gotta hold your breath real quick. And some of these were just, they'll look awesome with white out. But I need to kind of get some of the hair. Like in order, right? Yeah, a few titles in my. But what's the like for right here? Like if we address this real quick, like what's the average? Like, are we buying like 4 to 5 books and spending like $30? Like, how much are we really like the pricing too is it's the pricing for comics is so bad now, and the value is so bad that you can almost, like, let's just say you own like SJW Marvel. Like, let's just call it what it is. You own like SJW Marvel. Those books will probably still be bought and read if they were affordable. If they're $5 to $6 a piece, and you're doing so many variant covers, you can't, like, it's hard to track what issue you need, that's part of the problem with all these variant covers. Like, you just don't know what issue you're looking for, because there's some, it's just, like, it's just some of that stuff, right? But I think people would buy the Krakoa era of X-Men if it was cheaper. Like, that's like bottom line. If it was more affordable, people would buy more comics, because I think there's enough of that FOMO, like, just of these like diehards, that no matter what, right, like, they will buy and read these books, like, no matter what. But the pricing prevents that. Hold up here. And that's the other, like, issue. Yeah, I'm getting about 6 books a month. So 6 books, like $35, maybe. Yeah, thanks you, dude. I appreciate that. Like, like, happy Thanksgiving, dude. That is a big comment. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, it's tough, dude. Like, you just have to keep, like, adding. You just have to keep drawing, keep filling your head with stuff. But yeah, we just, we do a lot of cool stuff here. So hopefully too, like, we like, hopefully you come back, because I try and stream as much as possible. But the problem recently is, my day job, my 9 to 5. I am basically like an IT consultant, and I interface with a lot of different groups and even companies all around Philadelphia, PA, like Philadelphia, PA proper, like not the suburbs or anything, inside what you would call like Center City. And we've just been like so busy this past year, like, it's insane. And like, which is not uncommon, because usually there's like a December sprint, like almost like you might want to call it like a fourth quarter sprint. But holy crap. So it's just taken a little bit of that extra time away from me. But there he is. T-Hawk is such a cool character. I just gotta clean up. Like, and if you ever played with the character, he kind of like his starting position is this, which is kind of cool because it's a little goofy looking. Yeah, about $6 a month. This is not even. We are not hitting the forums. Yeah, you pick up the crowdfunders. Yeah. Like I saw that in your feed, right? Because the like Cobalt and those books, like I know those are crowdfunded, right? Yeah, a little behind backing some books. Yeah, I think look, like crowdfunding it's just I think it's bad business when companies like IDW and Skybound, like I don't understand, how major like publicly traded companies too have to crowdfund. I just think that steals from, like you're almost like taking attention away, and you're confusing the playing field. And you're not directly benefiting comic shops. There's a lot of wrong items with a little bit of, like what happened with crowdfunding. Not long ago, it was the answer. People kind of they forget that point already. Which is wild, right? Like, it's wild that, people just accept a major company to come into your crowdfunding space. And I don't know. It's goofy. It's very goofy to Peter. Yeah. Thunder is Fight Club. I know, dude. I've been in such a wild rush this week. I haven't been like tagging and writing good descriptions or even doing decent thumbnails for any of the videos. So if you watch this, it means you're like, thanks for subscribing. Thanks for even like checking it out. I just have to say, guys, I don't care what your position is. for what happened with Taskmaster in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But this design right here is so freaking cool in my eyes. I'm heartbroken that it's not the character we trust and love. But what a cool reminder. And look, you can say what you want about some of the new Marvel stuff, but usually their design work is top notch, even for Brave New World. Like I'm not crazy for Falcon Cap. I'm just like not. But his like new upgrade from the TV show just looks awesome. There's things that they still do well, and you kind of have to balance it out. But this Thunderbolts, this reference right here, we will do so. Here, like let me kind of, maybe we can illustrate it real quick. So right here, and we'll use brown. So was it 428? I think that's Hulk, right? Incredible Hulk 420. That's their first appearance. So we have here, right? And then we go monthly, right? And then from monthly, we get into, we'll just say like issue 80. And then becomes Fight Club. And then it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the series ends. But then it kind of reboots. So it's kind of, it gets like I think a new number 1, and that's for 2 years. And then from the new number 1, it goes into Dark Avengers, which is it's my love for Dark Avengers it's there. Like it is, I love this so much. So going into the Thunderbolts movie, right? And here we'll do movie. And we'll kind of make it shiny. Okay. So content-wise, here we go, aka Padders. We'll use pink. We're starting here. We'll complete this, okay? And then we're going to go then we're going to do this. We're going to go to the beginning. Okay? And then we're going to go into the monthly. And then we're going to go into the reboot in a way. And then it goes back to normal numbering. So I want to say it hits issue 200. And we're going to hopefully do some nice detail for Dark Avengers. Because here's the thing. And then it's all systems go for the movie. And the reason why I'm designing it a little bit like this is very simple. This franchise, like just the right, like just this has been so interchangeable, even within Marvel, that like kind of what happens in the movie thematically fits what happened with the comics, because it's somewhat of a title. It's a name that's it's experimentational. So that's where we're going to go for that. Yeah, isn't it, dude? Like it is a gimmick. I gotta turn this sucker upside down. Let's go. And there's so much of, like, you have to respect that you're in the sketchbook sometimes, because all of your effort can go into, like, everything needs to be a perfect drawing and stuff like that. I like the idea that sketchbooks are just pages of ideas. It's just they're a little bit like their own idea machines. And there's just, I don't know why, I just wanted this to be all like speed lines. And it's just because he's so powerful when he moves. T-Hawk here, like when you play with him, and here's a crappy thing. I may have only played, like, and this is way back, I may have only played Street Fighter Alpha on the Game Boy Advance. So I don't have like a deep connection with the characters. You know, like just with their moves, what it's like to play with them, like all. So I'm anticipating trouble and a little bit of a slowdown when it comes to some of that. But there he is. Like this is our guy. This is I think one of the best underrated playable characters in Street Fighter 2 Turbo. Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. That's it right there. We're going to work on some of this focus too. Yeah, dude. Find a way, dude. Metal, find a way to get those out of the gate. Like, just find a way. Find a group of people, a couple people to help you work on those. You know, find a way to get them to light. And then, you know, focus on, you know, be aggressive on monetizing it. I'm looking for, sorry. I am maybe right here. Here we go. we go. Wow, we're almost an hour in already. Yikes. Holy shnikes. I think this is orange. It is. The rate that I pick up the orange, hoping it's another color, is high. But let's add some highlights. So we got that awesome sunset right here. We need a good skin tone. This is the problem too with like when you go in one direction, like over here, and then maybe like 2 weeks go by and you're, you know, like you didn't complete the character because you jumped to like other characters. That's why there is, you know, like you need, just for the sake of consistency, like you need to track your colors for like sketchbooks, so that you can kind of pick up the same shades and hues you may have found for someone. And it's frustrating sometimes when you have to look too hard. Here we go. I just colored his belt the wrong color. So let's get a deep dark brown. I'm talking a deadly brown. Let's see, do we even have anything here? I'm not seeing. Here we go. That's the one we need. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it's... dude, I have a whole like story for Rex too that you know, like normally I would just start drawing it and you know, kind of like just start working on it, and then like, you know, wait until the publisher or whatever was like, oh, can we use that? Can we do something with it? But yeah, I just haven't had time this year to get that in order, and it's actually like a pretty cool like story, but it's also like a character that is connected to like Rex. The character kind of does what Rex does as a as a job, and I think stuff like that's totally cool. I think it just adds to like some of the lore elements of characters, and if you're getting into something new, and if there's like another layer to a character, like meaning like it's close to the creator, or it's emulating this. I just think that stuff is it's important. It's important to have personal connections with some of your characters. There he is, T-Hawk. Our boy. And I was going to kind of hit it with a little bit of this, but I kind of like the background to be a little bit more yellow. I still want to kind of work with this like sunset here. Yeah, it's just Rex is there. I got a lot of just like baseline respect for Rex, because he just comes off as like a real. He's a real creator. Like what he's doing is because he's compelled to do it, and I think there's a there's something to say about that. And here we go. Here we go. Got the big boy. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, it's a little like, right, it's just madness. Like, I like a lot of stuff like this to kind of look like crazy, to where it's just almost like you can tell it's fake. Like, this is imagination. This is just someone's interpretation of this character, and it's not in our reality. I just think there's something cool about that when you see a creator do it. Where you're just like, oh my god, like, that's T-Hawk. I've never seen him like that before. And I think it works. Like, it works with, if you consider live streaming entertainment. Like, if you're live streaming and you're drawing and you're not kind of, I don't know, drawing things a certain way, it's less entertaining, like, period. Here we go. So here, what I kind of want to do is I really like this pink. This pink is from Five Below, by the way. But I really liked this pink. So we're just going to do, we're going to like complement a little bit of what I had is this like sunset. And it's a sunset, it's not a sunrise. Because we're in that nice like southwest, like golden hour. Straight out of a Jerry Bruckheimer movie. Michael Bay movie. see, just like enough of a color, like pop. And a lot of it is, you kind of imagine people like flipping through the sketchbook. So you want them to kind of have like different visuals and just different ways to interact with the sketchbook. So there you go. All right, AKA patterns. Believe it or not, I'm hosting Thanksgiving, so I have to go. Yeah, right. Yeah, you want to be like on all sides too. Like there's just never one side. You want to try and be everywhere at once. Fatal J! Oh, jeez. Like how we classify, Jay, real quick. How are we? I feel, is this a troll? But real quick, how are we classifying this right here? Is it an Image founder comic? Like Image overall as a publishing profile? Like Image launch title? Right? Might be the best Image launch title. But that's a hard, a little bit of a hard sell. And hey, I'm not saying people aren't entertained by Savage Dragon, but I think just as a marketplace, as a readership, we should be a little bit better with the books that we support. And there's a reason, right? Like, is Savage Dragon is it mail order like only? Right? Is it only by mail? I'm not even sure if it like technically back in the day it would have been dropped by Diamond from low orders, but that's a little bit of a shaky threshold. Let's see. I'm looking for my brush pen real quick. There you go. So we can kind of. Yeah, look, guys, Savage Dragon, solid read for 100 issues, so 1 through 100, and the book slowly turned into a pornography book. So that's what I mean about standards. Like, is this really, is this something we want to have within the industry as something to hold up? Because if we're holding up corn books, like what's the standard there, right? 100%, yeah. 1 through 100 is the Savage Dragon arc, but AKA Padders, we can compare that to the Spawn 1 through 100, and I don't know. I like Spawn beheading Malebolgia at the end of Spawn 100. I like that. I think that's a great arc. All right, AK Pat. Guys, I can't. I wanted to stay around for Fatal J's response. I cannot. But anyone here, if you're new, like, subscribe to everyone's channel. And if you're new here, subscribe to my channel. Guys, rock and roll. Happy Thanksgiving. I love you.